guys, Craig Ness from Medford Knife. I want to say hi to Chris out at Fortius Arms out in Erie, Pennsylvania. You know, I love Pennsylvania. It's one of my favorite states in the whole country. It's got, it's Boston, up in Massachusetts, obviously New York City, places in Jersey. I mean, there's a lot of historic places, but Pennsylvania is just, I went to college there in Gettysburg, and it was just kind of a wonderful place. So I love Pennsylvania, a nice place in my heart. And it's up in the Northeast, and they have guns, so they're like at least quasi-reasonable. Christy's got a beautiful batch of knives going out to him, and I know he's been antsy to get them. Let me go through and give you a quick tour and point some of the stuff out, okay? We've got a drop point Marauder, full thick blade, tumbled handles, tumbled hardware, tumbled blade. It's got one of our little more original MKT heavy edge, beautiful lockup in center. Just a gorgeous knife. Now if you buy this, you're buying a knife with a big old badass edge on it, more on the heavier side, medium heavy. I can't make that thin. It is what it is, and that's it. It's lovely. Got a Pretorian T with a Vulcan blade. The Vulcan blade is gorgeous on this knife. Lockup is lovely. The center up is absolutely dead nuts perfect. The detent ball, it's like the door closing on a Aston Martin. It's beautiful and hand fitted. New spring style, lovely friggin' knife. That's a Pretorian T. Let's take a look at this drop point Marauder. This Marauder is epic. This is an epic Marauder. It's got a nice go-to-war edge on it. It's got a rose-colored natural Vulcan finish, slightly bronze, anodized, tumbled handles with post-process grinds. This is a really, man, this is a knife I'd be really proud to carry. Nice knife. Early lockup, beautiful action. Absolutely perfect center. It is a lovely, lovely knife. Got a Viper. And just so you guys know, the Viper has officially been discontinued. Well, this one hasn't been wiped down yet. I thought I saw something a little funny on it. The Viper has officially been discontinued. Not because it's not an awesome knife. It takes an inordinate amount of time for us to fit this knife, and we're just done doing it. So this is one of the last Vipers you'll see out of Medford Knife and Tool. This is a little bit of the kind of in-your-face to the ball bearing crowd. Because it's a big knife, it flips really nicely. Has no bearings. It has wonderful purchase. A really, really strong, tough, kind of unique offering from us. Vulcan blade, gentle anodized, tumbled scales, and a Fat Daddy early lockup, beautiful break. We really have, the guys have gotten this down to a science. Beautiful detent ball, no lash, no play, radial or axial. I mean, this thing is a goddamn tank. Vulcan blade, gentle bronze anodized, stainless hardware, tumbled Fat Daddy clip with the new reverse spring. This is making it. This continues on this year, and these three continue on this year. This one has been discontinued. Give you a quick look from this side, and you'll see a few of these around because our distributors bought some of these. So there's some of those still in the pipeline, but that's the end. That's a great looking batch of knives. Chris, I hope you like them. Let me give you guys Chris's number. It's 814-450-3418. Fortius Arms, www.fortiusarms.com, Fortius arms.com. you can email Chris, C-H-R-A-S, at fortiusarms.com. So anyways, Chris, sorry it took a while, but no compromise to rush them out the door, okay? Hope you'll love them. Guys, get on these. These are, you know, there's a year wait for these right now, and he's been waiting for a year, so no one's getting cut in line, but they'll be available when he has them next week. I'd give him a call right now if you want one of them, and badger him for over the phone sale. Getting ready for SHOT Show. What's our booth number again?
2814.
2814. Be at SHOT Show. Those of you who are familiar with SHOT Show, there's the main upstairs, and then there's the downstairs. And we are in the downstairs. We'll be next to Dylan Reloading, and we've got a nice big booth there at SHOT Show, which is hard to get. And there'll be 5 of us there, and just kind of showing you our new wares. We've got a new Fairbairn Sykes commemorative dagger that's slightly different dimensions, but in the style, and it's commemorative to that style of dagger. We've got a new camp knife. We've got a new hunting, our Huntsman Strapper, the Bonfire. We've got a new punch boot knife. We have obviously the General and the Gigantes and the Colonial. We have the Colonial fixed blade and the FS dagger. You guys are gonna love that. I actually like it better than the original size. What else? We'll have 2 tomahawks and 2, we're calling them Tomahatchets, little micro tomahawks. And 2 new neck knives you guys haven't seen, the Thorn and the Snarl, which are pretty cool. So just a ton of stuff going on that we'll be launching. This is kind of our pre-launch for the commercial crowd, and then we'll launch a lot of this stuff pretty formally at Blade Show. And just a ton of stuff going on. We've discontinued a ton of knives, so you'll see on the new website. The new website's going live on Monday. Is that right, Amy? I believe the new website goes live Monday. We're beta testing today through Friday on the new website. You'll see the old images of the old knives that have been discontinued, and we're leaving them on there because we still have some old stock of some of those that are going to be available to be made, but they're just going away and they won't be back. So if you've been holding off for an AIO Survival, or you've been holding off for a TST2 or one of those, they're going to be gone. Amy, is there anything else I'm forgetting right now?
I don't think so.
It's supposed to be 66 degrees out today, partially cloudy. It's just a lovely time of year here in Arizona. This is the time of year when your friends come out from back east and they all go, "Oh, this is so awesome." And then we always say, don't forget about July, August, and September, where it's hot enough to cook an egg in your shorts. I don't know, a ton of cool new stuff. Hey, Sean, how do you like the new knives?
Pretty cool.
Yeah? What's your favorite of the new 3? You saw, you've ground a new style of grind that we're going to be offering, right?
Right, actually.
Oh, cool, let me see it. Is this
quite done?
Is this finished ground?
Yeah.
Working on finished ground? What's it need?
Right now I just need softening, really.
So guys, this is our Huntsman backstrapper. A Huntsman strapper. It's kind of really a 3-finger knife for getting in and getting that back strap. A lot of guys are skinning these days using those replaceable razor blade, foldable knives. I forget what they're called, but I've seen them. And then we did this. It's got Sean did a really nice, he's the first guy in the shop to do that. He did a really nice regressive hollow. So this is all hand done, freehand. It's not done on a jig. And what happens is we change the width here, and it leaves a really thick tip for when you're digging in right around the vertebra and the ribs, trying to cut that back strap off when you're cleaning big game elk or deer. So it's got a really nice tough tip on it, but all hollow ground. So there's another guy out there doing grinds like this that is making, he was the guy that was making the Rambo knives, and he had his own dagger that he did that had a really strong hollow ground tip. And I kind of got the idea from him, and it's a way of having a flowing hollow grind that's easy for someone to sharpen out in the field or at home with a good sharpening system, but it leaves a a lot more meat out at the end, even at the hollow grind, even with the hollow grind method. Which, I mean, what's the benefit of a hollow grind?
So you can sharpen it over and over again and not have to...
Doesn't get thicker and thicker. So those of you who've seen my videos on cross-sectional geometry have heard about this, but when you flat grind this bevel right here, if it's flat on a platen and you have a pyramid of steel, every time you sharpen it, it gets wider. Obviously, as you sharpen it, it gets wider and wider as you go down the pyramid. A hollow ground knife has got a section of steel that might last 20 years of resharpening, and but it lacks some of the strength of a flat grind. So there's nothing free. Guys always say, why don't you do a flat grind, it's better. And I go, well, flat grind's better for some things and it's worse for a lot of other things. And they say, well, why don't you, why do you do a hollow grind on that? I say, well, it's really good for what this knife is made for. Anyway, this is kind of a cool hybrid way of leaving steel, thicker steel on a hollow grind type knife without making it into a tanto or having multiple facets on it, which takes time, it's more complicated, and a lot of guys that hunt, they really don't want a tanto. They want a good belly knife, but they want the tip nice and strong. Thanks, man, looks good. So we'll be launching that, showing that to you guys. We make a couple different versions of that knife, and it's a really cool, comfy knife. So I'm trying to broaden our lineup a little bit. We pulled a bunch of the tactical knives out. We're just not selling as many knives to warfighters. We don't have as many guys going downrange. It's just the way it is. Trying to keep the lineup fresh and bring relevant innovation, not just different for the sake of different. So, Amy, is there something I'm forgetting?
Well, if anybody's going out to the show and is thinking about ordering knives, our schedule still has some openings, so...
Oh, so if you've got any commercial guys out there who can get into SHOT Show, we've got a couple spots in the schedule left. It's a great... Now, we're going to be inundated. There's going to be 5 of us, and it is a goddamn circus around our booth most of the show. Like, it's crazy how busy it is. Like for instance, the guys that have been around a long time, they got a set schedule and everybody's there. We haven't been around that long, and most people don't know who we are. So this booth that we got this year, I mean, Blade Show was kind of nuts last year. If I could just interpolate between our regular booth and what happened last year to the little crappy booth we had last year at SHOT Show to what we have this year, I think it's going to be nuts. So if you want to get in, if you're thinking about buying a knife, you're right on the cusp, you want to put a down payment, do a layaway, if you want to buy a knife direct from us, now's the time to do it, because the boa constrictor is getting ready to swallow a pig called January SHOT Show. And if you order in February, you're going to be behind that lump in the boa. Anyways, it's the Medford Clan from Medford Knife and Tool. You guys have a wonderful day.